Good night, my name is Jose Rodriguez Marmo, and I'm here to introduce a new podcast, Artistic Spot. While working on this podcast after a few months of ideas and brainstorming with JJ Art and Design, which is a new art and entertainment company in the United States, in Orlando, Florida, to be more specific, we have decided to come with an idea of showcasing talent and entrepreneurship. So we're going to have a guest every single week that it's going to talk to us about their own experiences. It's real life situations that will resonate with everybody that's going to be listening to us in a podcast. So when working in our pre-production, we have been trying several tools and we have been trying several softwares that might be useful. We have our microphone, the filter, but what if I don't sound appropriate? What if I don't sound right or clear enough for people to listen well and to stay listening to us and bring that phone? Okay, I'm gonna listen to this podcast and then put it in their pocket and listen to a whole hour or 45 minutes of the show. So the main idea to try Audacity was to compare it to GarageBand and then make a decision on which tool would be more appropriate for us in order to start recording our own podcast. Now the pre-production process or stage has ended. We already have our first guest. It's already confirmed for next week. His name is Jesus Rodriguez. He's going to be basically talking to us about his experience in the entertainment business, from having Sundance Channel, Sundance Festival, documentaries in Sundance, from working with Oprah Winfrey, being Vice President of Creative and Tech Director of Disney Channel. So he's going to be our first guest. But what if Audacity doesn't work? We have been trying using both GarageBand and Audacity. Actually, I already recorded 2 intros in both of them, and I had a lot of fun. I personally believe that Audacity is more user-friendly if you do not have a Mac. If you do have Windows, Audacity will be more suitable to you, even though you have all the recording devices. As I do, I have my Blue microphone, the filter, and my Beats headsets, and I'm recording this video for you guys to know, which is my final decision comparing both. So GarageBand could be a little tricky at the beginning, but Audacity, I think it's a little bit more complicated to use, even though you have the option to select either if you want a mono sound or stereo sound. If we're recording a podcast, which we're doing right now in the pre-production stage, in the introduction, you have to take into consideration that our podcast is going to be recorded in both languages, English and Spanish. So Audacity gives me the opportunity to have them all in the same file, as well as GarageBand. But it was easier for me to save it separately on Audacity and to either choose the stereo or mono sound of my microphone. So in that case, I decided to select the mono sound. Since we're working in a podcast, the sound will be the same on either side of the microphone. If I work in stereo, it will definitely catch up all the sounds around me. I'm doing this from home. We're doing this from our headquarters, which I believe we all started in a small area in our own places. Disney started in a garage back in California in Burbank, so why not starting in our own living room, right? So it's amazing to have this opportunity to try different tools to record what it's gonna be for me a success podcast. So Artistic Spot will be basically showcasing entrepreneurship and talent, and it will be definitely resonating with everybody that will be listening to us. So using Audacity, it's a very important tool for me just in case I don't have Mac handy. If I have to travel abroad and I leave my Mac, maybe Audacity, which is a free software, which is great to start, as well as GarageBand, since when you're starting a business, you need to keep your money and your expenses as low as possible. So using Audacity will definitely be a very good tool for me, even though I think it needs some update. It's a little outdated. GarageBand is more modern and hipster and more what I like to have in my computer. So I really, even though I had fun using both, because I'm having fun in the pre-production stage and having everything ready for our first guest, and having recorded our introduction in both languages, in Spanish and English, in both Audacity and GarageBand, I personally believe that even though I selected the same mono sound for both, it sounds clearer on GarageBand than Audacity. Even though I'm gonna keep my free software on my computer, which is very, very hard to download for Mac. That's another thing you have to take into consideration if you have a Mac. You have to go to teamaudacity.org and then you have to select the Mac portion. It might take a while. It took a little bit more than an hour for me to download the option. So it could be a little tricky and a little updated if you're using Mac. So Mac already has GarageBand, which is basically made for music, but we can also record podcasts and we can record our own voices. And for me, it has been a great experience, and I will definitely, if you have me choosing between one or the other, I will definitely go ahead and choose GarageBand instead of Audacity. But I'm gonna keep it just in case. You never know. You need to have a backup plan. You need to have a plan B. And my plan B will definitely be Audacity, just in case I need to use a Windows computer. So this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this recording, which is also very important for me to do because I'm using my podcast recording tools, which is amazing for me, and I'm having a lot of fun. So hope to see you again pretty soon and see where this amazing journey takes us. Thank you very much and have a good night.